संसार। माँ की महिमा है ये अपरंपार। माँ कृपा के खुले हैं द्वार, माँ कृपा के खुले हैं द्वार, कर नजारा शक्ति का। जन्मदिन आयो आदिशक्ति का, मरण दिन आयो निर्मल भक्ति का। जन्मदिन आयो धनुष की घटा छाई गगन है। इंद्रधनुष की घटा छाई गगन है। निरानंद में सहज मगन है, निरानंद में सहज मगन है। स्वागत करते आदि शक्ति का, स्वागत करते आदि शक्ति का, आदि शक्ति का। जन्म आयो आदि शक्ति का, मरण दिन आयो निर्मल भक्ति का। जन्मदिन आयो आदि शक्ति का, मरण दिन आयो निर्मल भक्ति का।
सबके पधारे स्वयं माँ, अहो भाग्य सबके पधारे स्वयं माँ। त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा, त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा। आँखों में करुणा क्षमा में भर कर, प्रगटा है गुण सगुण रूप लेकर, प्रगटा है गुण सगुण रूप लेकर। अर्पण ये तन मन शिवा तेरे चरण, अर्पण ये तन मन शिवा तेरे चरण। शक्ति हरे तेरी भक्ति, हे आदि शक्ति हरे तेरी भक्ति, जाने स्वयं कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया, कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया। अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया, अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरणन। बना लो जगत को निर्मल रूप अपना, बना लो जगत को निर्मल रूप अपना। ओ पूरा ये माँ तेरे नैनों का सपना, ओ पूरा ये माँ तेरे नैनों का सपना। सहज विश्व हो जाए सहजे हर एक जन, सहज विश्व हो जाए सहजे हर एक जन। खिले फूल निर्मल महक जाए गुलशन, खिले फूल निर्मल महक जाए गुलशन। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरणन। जन्म दिन ये तेरा करे तेरा रचन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री मां तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन।
नी सारे मग मगा नी द पा ग म सा म धा ध ध प म रे सा नी सारे मग म सा नी ध पा ग म।
चलो रे सहजी, 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 चलो रे सहजी। मानिर ने जन्म लिया है, उजला है संसार।
मानिर ने जन्म लिया है, उजला है संसार।
पावनता का द्वार खुला है, उजला है संसार। पावनता का द्वार खुला है, उजला है संसार। माँ निर्मल ने जन्म लिया है, उजला है संसार।
सबकी रक्षा करने, हम सबकी रक्षा करने जन्म हुआ श्री माँ का छिंदवाड़ा में, छिंदवाड़ा में जन्म हुआ हमारी निर्मल माँ का।
Jai Shri Mataji. On the auspicious occasion of the 99th birthday of Shrimadi's advent on this earth, we welcome all the deities, all the ganas, all the angels, all the devas, all the rishi munis, all the realized souls, all the great saints. Welcome Shri Ganesha. Welcome Shri Brahmadeva, Shri Vishnu, Lord Shiva, Shri Ram, Shri Krishna, Shri Yeshu Christ, all the mothers, above all Shrimadji and Lord Sadashiva. Shrimadji, thank you so much for coming on this earth, for giving us so much joy, and making us understand the difference between happiness and joy, fun and the joy of the spirit. For making us understand that spirituality itself is joy and giving us that experience which we have been able to share with many others. And we will continue to do that to fulfill our destiny and to bring to fruition your vision of this world. From the bottom of our hearts, we all thank you for making us your children and for giving us this blessing of collectivity and oneness with you. And we promise that we will make this and share this with many others, whoever wants it, and we will not hesitate to announce your advent. Jai Shri Mataji.
आज आप लोग हमारा जन्मदिन इतने प्रेम, आदर और श्रद्धा से मना रहे हैं, ये देखकर ऐसा लगता है कि हमने ऐसा किया ही क्या है जो आप लोग इस तरह अपना प्रेम दिखा रहे हैं। आज मैं आपको एक अनूठी बात बताने वाली हूँ कि हमारे अंदर जो मन या माइंड नाम की संस्था है, वो एक मिथ्या बात है। वो मिथ्या ऐसी है कि जब हम पैदा होते हैं तो हमारे अंदर ये मन नाम की बात कोई नहीं होती। जब धीरे धीरे हम बाह्य में प्रतिक्रिया करते हैं, दोनों तरह से, या तो कोई हमें संस्कार बनाता है और कोई हमारे अंदर अहंकार का भाव जागृत होता है, तब उन प्रतिक्रियाओं से जो हमारे अंदर चीज जागृत होती है वो बुलबुलों के तरह इकट्ठी हो जाती है और ये हमारे विचारों के बुलबुले हमारे अंदर मन नाम की एक कृत्रिम संस्था बनाती। ये सारी चीजें हमारे अंदर ऐसी घटित होती है कि जिससे हम खुद ही बना करके और उसी की गुलामी करते हैं। जैसे घड़ी इंसान ने बनाई है और हम घड़ी की गुलामी करते हैं। सहज में फिर आप कालातीत हो जाते हैं, आप इससे परे उठ जाते हैं। समय आपके साथ चलने लगता है, आप समय के पीछे नहीं दौड़ते। एक बनाई हुई कृत्रिम हमारी अपनी तरफ की जो प्रतिक्रियाएं हैं अहंकार की और हमारे संस्कारों की, वो बनी हुई एक बहुत ही कृत्रिम सी एक क्षणिक चीज है। फिर हम इसी से हमेशा प्रभावित रहते हैं। खास करके जो लोग अपने को बहुत ही सोचते हैं कि हम बहुत विद्वान, बहुत समझदार, बड़े पढ़े लिखे हैं, उन्होंने इस मस्तिष्क को पूरे तरह से इस मन से भर दिया। मन इनके ऊपर छाया और जहां चाहे मन वहीं बहकते रहते हैं, उस बहाव में बहकते रहते हैं, उस ओर चलते रहते हैं। एक कृत्रिम सी चीज अपने अंदर स्थापित हो गई है जिसे हम मन कहते हैं। असल में मन नाम की कोई चीज तो ही ना है, इसीलिए मन से परे जाना ही सहज का कार्य। जब आप मन से परे जाएंगे तभी आप उस शांति को प्राप्त कर सकते, क्योंकि मन हमेशा विचारों से, जो कि अहंकार और हमारे संस्कार प्रति अहंकार से आते रहता है, उसे आडोलित, इसलिए कोई शांति आप महसूस नहीं। अगर शांति को आपको प्राप्त करना है तो इस कृत्रिम मन से परे जाना चाहिए। और इसीलिए हमारे यहाँ जो प्रथम दशा सहज की मानी जाती है, जिसे कि हम निर्विचार समाधि कहते हैं, उसको प्राप्त करना चाहिए। उसके प्राप्त करते ही आप देखते हैं कि आप शांत हो जाते हैं। आपके अंदर जमे हुए जो कुछ विचार है, जो कि एकत्रित हो गए और जिनके कारण आप गलत गलत चीजों में घुसे रहते हैं और परेशान रहते हैं, तकलीफ में रहते हैं, वो सभी एक तरह से चीज मिल जाती। ये विषय आज नया मैंने शुरू किया है, क्योंकि अब भी हमारा निर्विचार में समाधिस्थ होना कुछ कम है। और जब तक आप निर्विचार में उतरेंगे नहीं, तब तक आप चारों तरफ फैली परमेश्वर की शक्ति को प्राप्त करेंगे। उससे संबंधित है यही जो बीच में मन की जो स्थापना हुई है, यही आपकी स्थिति जो कि योग में होनी चाहिए, उसे खत्म कर। आज मैंने सोचा कि थोड़ा अंग्रेजी में भी बोलना चाहिए, क्योंकि यहाँ बहुत से परदेशी लोग आए। इसी विषय को मैं अंग्रेजी में बताना चाहूंगी। Today I am going to talk about the mind. People don't know what is this mind is. It is very easy to understand for surgery that we are the ones who react everything that is out. The reason is we have two horrible tendencies. One, which is the ego. And another tendency is that we are being trained that, or we can call it the superego or the conditionings. So both the things, our ego and conditionings, are all the time acting out. This reaction, which is built in within us, is just like bubbles in the ocean. And these bubbles keep us away from reality. These bubbles are of hot, and they just blast you all the time in your head, and you don't know why they are. When you depend on this artificial mind of yours, then you have no discretion as to understand what is good and what is bad. This mind is the one where all kinds of evil things are, all kinds of quarrels, fights, and possessiveness. Lastly, the war also comes. It is in this mind only, which is nothing but a myth. All these concrete, destructive ideas somehow or other come, and then they start growing and growing. Then you find people whom you can impress also, put ideas into their head. By reading, they learn, or by their lectures, or by mesmerism, whatever kinds of things they can do. They put your mind into such a frame that you accept these destructive ideas for yourself individually or maybe for the collective. So this mind is just a myth, and we are working through this mind. We are all the time satisfying ourselves by saying, oh, that's my mind. My mind wants it. You see, like one Indian surgeon went to America, and he told me that Americans are Manavede. Manavede means they are mad after their mind. I said, what do you mean? He said, I gave money to my wife to buy one bush shirt for me. She went and bought some skirts. And she has many skirts, but she bought some skirts. So I asked her, why did you buy the skirt? So she said, my mind said that you should buy the skirt, so I bought skirt. So this is what it is, that the mind can take you to all kinds of wrong things because it has no connection with reality, firstly, and secondly, it is a mythical thing. Absolutely mythical. You see, people think that whatever they have created, it is out of their mind. It's a wrong idea, absolutely wrong. All great scientists, say Einstein has said that I was tired trying to find out the theory of relativity. Very tired. He had some concept, like all scientists take up some sort of a concept and they try to build up their research on that. And then I thought it's a wrong concept that suddenly he said, I went into the garden, I said, let's try and play with the soap bubbles. He was playing with the soap bubbles like a small child. And suddenly from somewhere unknown, he said, the theory of relativity dawned upon me. Many scientists have said that they don't know from where they get the science. From where did they get it? It has a special study now people are doing to find out how the scientists got these things. And in a very sahaj manner. Even the way penicillin was discovered or anything was discovered by these people was not through the probing or manipulation of the mind, but through some unknown force. It came into their mind, and that's what they thought that this was from their mind. Some, but most of them realized, even Newton realized that it is coming from something, some source which I am not aware of. As such of this, you know, it is the source of the divine power, which is all pervading the Param Chaitanya. You know, because you can feel it. You know it is there. But even when you know, you must know you have to go beyond your mind into thoughtless awareness minimum. Always I tell you, meditate, meditate, because you should be in thoughtless awareness where you do not react. So what happens? You become a witness. You become the witness of the whole drama, of the whole scene. And you are absolutely at ease with it. No problem. And what you are doing, that you become an instrument of this Paramachaitanya, of this all pervading. You are just watching. You are a witness. And as watching everything, you realize that whatever you watch cannot react on you. But you know what it is. And this is what is the state in which you understand the reality of the whole situation. I have told you many a times that if you are standing in the water, you are afraid that the waves might kill you. But supposing you get into a boat, then you can watch those waves as something beautiful, maybe. If you learn how to swim, you can jump and bring back people who are getting drowned. This is exactly what happens when you are in that state that you can give realizations to others. You can put them in connection with the divine power. But first of all, you must know how to become thoughtlessly aware. Some people say, Mother, for a second only we become, for 2 seconds we become. Because, you see, in our mind, even if you come to Sahaja, you have so many conditions to begin. First of all, if you are born in India, then you are identified with it. If you are born in England, you are identified with it. One thing I have noticed about Sahajogis, once they get out of this nonsense of this mind, First thing they start criticizing the way they have been living in atmosphere. For example, they'll say, this is Indian. Now this is what the Indians are. Then he'll say, this is, if they are British, they'll say, these are the British. You see, they will be the best to criticize. Even others cannot criticize as they criticize. For example, Europeans, they criticize Europeans, saying that, Europeans, all right, I know Europeans very well. Like that. The mind itself, you see, starts seeing then what you can say that mind itself sees that it's a myth. And then the cheating that takes place all the time, that the intelligence that cheats itself stops. You start seeing the thing in a proper, full manner because you don't react. To react is a sign of a person who is very conditioned. You can be conditioned by many other things, like you are born in a particular religion. No, as you know what has religion to do nowadays with human beings. There's no real religion anywhere. It has become like a money orientation, or you can say power orientation. That's why they are fighting among themselves. And you know for definite that no religion is exclusive, but they fight. The reason is the mind is conditioned that you must fight for your religion. Now, they have no religion within. There's no religion that is working out in their lives. They might be the most corrupt, most immoral people, but they belong to a particular religion, like a club. And then they start, identifying themselves as something, and they have a right to do these things because they belong to a particular religion or to cult and this. Now there are people who can really use this. Though it is artificial, in modern times, we are using so many artificial things. And this artificiality can creep into everything, like plastic. So this mind can penetrate into anything, and it penetrates into the minds of people. That's how Hitler managed all the young people of Germany. All these people who have been able to destroy the reasoning, which is logic, not through the mind. If it is through the mind, it's no logic. It is just a reasoning that we can see clearly stupid. Because this mind, which is just a bubble, as I told you, and is so limited that it cannot comprehend the beauty, the glory, the expanse of reality. This mind is just a collection of all the garbage, we should say, which we have to somehow or other deny and tell ourselves that I have to go beyond my mind. So-called mind of mine has done no good for me. And this mind of mine, which has been all the time controlling, is just like the watch we have made and which is controlling us, or like the computer that controls it. So we have to be careful that we are the ones who have created this mind, and this mind has no business to control. Many people try to control the mind. There's a way of doing it, that I'll control my mind. Now try to understand, how will you control the mind? Only through mind, either by ego or by your conditioning. You have no means of controlling your mind, because it is the mind which you have created, and that is just existing there, which you cannot control, though you might think I can control. You have to go beyond this mind. And to go beyond this mind, the most helpful thing is Kundalini awakening. Because she passes through your limbic area, pierces through your fontanelle bone area, and just takes you away out into the realm of reality. And the yoga takes place between your brain, I should say, your heart, which is all pervasive. She's the one which connects. She's the one who does it. Many people are doing Sajo, I know that. But it's difficult for them sometimes to get to meditation, to establish this thoughtless awareness, which is an extremely important state which you all should achieve. So many surgeries are there, and I'm happy to know that they are getting deeper and deeper. But as long as they are in the turmoil of their minds, they cannot fix. Whatever is created out of them has no reality, is very limited, and is also sometimes very repulsive. Because with this mind, people start thinking, I am such and such. Now you become, supposing, I don't know what position, but supposing you become the governor. Then you think you can do what you like because you have become the governor. This mind doesn't know that you have become the governor. You are not the governor. This governorship is ruling you, not that you are ruling the governorship. Once these ideas come into your head, you start behaving in a manner in which you should not be. Even among Sarjogis, there are leaders. Leaders also start sometimes thinking, oh, I'm a leader. It's a myth, absolute myth. Leadership in Sarjoga is an absolute myth. But once they know they are leaders, they become sort of absolutely mindful and full of thoughts. Thoughts, how to dominate, how to control. When they start controlling others, then you must know that it is the mind which is telling them to control. Why controlling? If you are a real Sajogi, there is no need to control. There is no need to maneuver, to manipulate. Now, once your attention goes beyond the mind, only the Sajogis will understand this point very clearly. Clear. When this mind goes beyond the thoughts, then the manipulation of the attention is very important. Then whatever you manipulate means you take this attention to this or to that. You will be surprised how dynamic you become, how effective you become, and how knowledgeable you become. Because once you can take this attention to anything you want, immediately there is light on that issue, on that person, on that problem, and you see how it works, how it happens. In Saj Yoga, you have said, Mother, there have been lots of miracles with your attention or something like that. I agree. But your attention also is quite capable of doing things which normal people can't. Because now your attention is purified, firstly. And secondly, it is manipulated with the divine power and is manifesting its powers. But before that, I've seen people who come to Sajog, they send me letters of crying, Mother, this is happening, that is happening, my father is sick and my leg is paining, my hands are paining, all kinds. Not only at the physical level, but also on mental level and all sorts of things. They go on. They sometimes write to me such long letters, I don't know how to write it. There's nothing to write so much. But they do, because at that stage they are still reacting and they don't know what to do. They go to such a limit that they think that Saj Yoga is like a contract. Now I have come to Saj Yoga, I must get this must happen. Only they come to Saj Yoga when they think it's a contract and they must get this and they must get that. All this kind of behavior is not that of a Saj. Third yogi in Sanskrit is very good at tatas. Very good word, which I'll try to explain but cannot be really translated. Tatastha means the one who is standing on the shore. On the shore and watching. That is the state in which you have. But as a result, you do not become a person who is not effective. You become extremely effective. If such people are there, you won't believe so many things can happen. Wars can stop. Peace can spread. People who are evil will be exposed. Now, because it's such an amas working out of Sahajog, Sahajogis should not in any way find themselves in conflict with each other. Still, I find sometimes, and I'm amazed how people criticize other Sahajogis or other leaders while they themselves have problems. The reason is that once you start going beyond the mind, you automatically become introspective. And you start seeing what's wrong with me, this mind of mine now. So better stand before the mirror or can even close your eyes and say, now, Mr. Mind, what are you doing? What are you up to? You face yourself. You stand out from yourself and see for yourself and ask the mind, what are you up to? That's the way. Once you are out of it, you can control. Happy you are celebrating my birthday. I'm supposed to be quite old, though I don't think like that because I don't think. One has to be beyond the mind. To think about yourself all the time or to think about things which do not concern you sometimes, and just try to put your mind into a turmoil, which is very dangerous these days. You stop your thought, first of all, I think in Sahaj Yoga, you should stop reading anything. Because if you start reading, then what happens again? You start collecting thoughts from that. I've seen many people whose mind is nothing but the books from others or the words of others or quotation of others. They are nowhere. You cannot find them. They are all lost. He says so and that one says so. When I was writing this book, which you know that I have written down, they were saying, Mother, but Plato said like this and Rousseau said like that. I said, let them say whatever they wanted to. I'll say what I know. Why should I refer to them? I don't have to go to the libraries and read what Rousseau said, what Plato said. What I know, whatever I have witnessed in my life, I should clearly without thinking about what others have to say, what others have described. And also this mind has another big problem, that whatever is written down in black and white becomes Bible. Then whatever is done before is something like now there is no Christ, there is no Muhammad, and there is no Abraham, there is no Krishna, there is no Rama today. But they think of what Rama said, what Krishna said, then in Gita this he said, in Gita he has not said a word about Kundalini, so why Mother is talking about it? He might have said, can't say, who wrote Gita? Never Shri Krishna. Christ never wrote Bible, Quran was not written by Muhammad. So what they have said, why should you worry about that? Instead of that, you take the experience that everybody has, that you have to be born again, everybody has, that you have to go beyond the mind, also everyone has said. Why not do that and then see for yourself? But people like in their identity. Now there are Christians who are coming to Sahaja, still they are happy if it's Christ. Very happy. If they are Hindus, should be Krishna or Rama. If they are Muslims, it should be Muhammad Sahib, Fatima or so. Otherwise, they can't get out of it. It's very difficult. Their mind is such that is so much made from childhood. You are told you are a Muslim, you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are a Christian. So they believe. Supposing you are born in some other religion, then what would have happened? You would have been something different. But this mind has been injected with the ideas which have gone into your head, and that's how you are so much without any freedom. You're tied down in this condition. And that's what I find among surgeons also a very big conditioning, that such and such thing is good or bad, they decide. You see for yourself. For example, if I talk on Guru Nanak, then the Sikhs will be there. But I talk on Christ, they won't be happy. I talked from Christ in Pune, so they said she's trying to convert everybody to Christianity. And when I was talking about Sri Krishna in London, they said she's making everybody a Hindu. So this identification that is coming to us when so intensely, we should say it's like from the birth. All these ideas still are there and we are not free. That doesn't mean that you should not have faith in all of them. They're all great. We have great respect for them and understand. But first you be free. You be free to know your mind. It should not be the injections that are put into your head that you cannot see the point. That's why they don't enjoy it. Partly they enjoy, partly they don't. So to become a free person, because Sahaja Yoga is to give you complete freedom and also complete sense of freedom. So you respect the freedom of others. On the whole, you understand what freedom is. If that doesn't work out, then I would say that Sahaja Yoga is of no use. Because it should work out in such a manner that you should get rid of all these conditionings you have had. Now take the second enemy of ours is Mr. Ego, which is another headache and it works very fast. In many countries where already ego has been bloated. See these balloons. If they were bloated, all right, very easy to again make them big. But if they were never done that, then it's difficult. You have to pull it out, you have to put it to the pumps, otherwise it won't. Now this ego comes to us from different angles. And it actually will be surprised from the deformity of our chakra. For some people, money is very important. We must get money, some or other. If I don't get money, what's the use of being inside? Money is very important. We are living in a money-oriented world, no doubt. But I have told you that what's the use of having money that makes you a fool, which takes you now. See the countries which are very much money-oriented, who are supposed to be very rich. All the Scandinavian countries and Switzerland, whatever maybe have, they might have done to get that money, doesn't matter. But they are people with money. People are committing suicide, young people are committing suicide. There's a competition going on. They are very unhappy. Why? That means money cannot bring happiness. Money, 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 if that goes into your head also, then you cannot be a such. But the money is there just for you to use it to express your love. Now, you go to the shop and you see something. Ah, this is very nice to be given to such and such person. You think like, it's very sweet feeling you get. Ah, you can give this to this one, huh? He needs it very much. When your mind becomes the other way down, I mean, when it is thoughtlessly aware, then you will buy something that is joy, something artistic, something beautiful, something useful to that person. It will be a kind of a mind that will be extremely full of generosity, enjoy its generosity, and all the time it will guide you to the projection of your attention to things by which you can give happiness. Small, small, not necessarily expensive things. If you have money, better spend money in buying things that you can give to others, that you can uh, express your love, your gratitude, your shraddha. It is very remarkable how people give money to these sadhus and babas in thousands and thousands and crores of, because I think in them it has come that to satisfy their shraddha, they must give it. And so they have amassed and amassed so much money. They have no sense of it. They don't understand the value of that. To them, it is nothing but that. So in the modern times, I think the worst thing of ego is money. I've seen people who are very rich, supposed to be great business wallahs and something like that. They must meet me separately. We must come, mother, and see. But they're useless people, absolutely useless. So they'll come and tell me, I'm having a loss in this, I'm having a loss in that. Can you help us in this way? Or I just don't say anything to them. But they have said, mother, we have recovered because of your blessing. Maybe. But it's stupid. Like Lao Tse described that you are going through the Yangtze River, beautiful, on the sides you see beautiful scenes. But you better be on the boat and reach the ocean. In the same way, supposing we have to catch a plane and we see something very nice on the road and get down there, how can we catch the plane? So these side effects of this mind are these, that we divert our attention to wrong things and waste our energy. Ultimately, we are not happy. As you know that in general, wants are not sufficient. It's the love that you give, the love that you receive, which is not a love which is entangled into a thing with any purpose, with any idea, but just to feel that love, pure love within yourself and within others is the greatest gift of the divine. All other things are useless in find. You find it every day. Today you want to have a car, or not have it. Then you want to have a house, have it. But you are not bothered about the car now, you want to have a house. Now you get the house, then you are not satisfied. Then you want to have something else and something else. So, which is that one which is satisfying? Is this pure love, genuine love that you feel for the others and others feel for you. We have other lots of conditioning of in our country, especially this Indian country, India, so-called. You see, to dominate the wife is one of the greatest ego. I have seen people how they torture women, their wives, and the children of others just because they think I'm a man. What do you get? You don't get any joy. You can never be joy. If you try to dominate another person, you can never be joy. It's only through loving and affection and care that you can feel the joy. Because joy has these symptoms. Joy is not domination or demanding or asking. These are not the signs of a person who is joyous. The joyous person is that he just enjoys the loving, the gentle relationship. And this is another point where I've seen Indian men, especially in the north, because of the same Muslim interest, whatever it is. In the north, the men are extremely dominating today. And they insult the wife also. So now the women here have become extremely dominating also. Naturally, action has a reaction. This reaction itself is a wrong idea. And this reaction should be just dissolved into the feeling of pure love, the ocean of compassion. For example, I see on the streets of Delhi so many people begging, small children are there and all that. And now the feeling that I get is not of scolding them or getting angry with them. Maybe they are cheating, maybe anything there. After everybody's cheating, even those who have lots of money are cheating. So what is there is these poor people are cheating, doesn't matter. But the compassion is built in within me like this, that let me somehow get a plot of land somewhere. Let me organize some sort of a place where all these people who are orphans can be put there. And given all the help. And maybe from this bond of misery and poverty, you might get lots of lotuses coming. But the feeling has to be collective. I feel that way. That will solve the problem of Delhi. But that doesn't mean that like other social workers, like I have been connected with some social workers and I was amazed that it was nothing but an ego pampering business. It has nothing to do with social work. Haphazard and nothing deep in their attention to look after this. So with the great feeling of love and compassion we can do it. We all can do it and can work it out. One of my desires is this. If it is a desire of you all, it will work out. Very important that they are also human beings and we have to look after. But for that, we should not see that I'll be the treasurer, I'll be the president, and I'll be this. All these that we should do from the mind itself. Otherwise, you're not free. You're not free. Like there's a nice joke about that. Somebody went to see the minister, and the private secretary was there attending to the people, and he was getting very angry with them and all that. So some villager said to me, "Who are you?" He said, "Don't you know I am PA?" Ah, PA. Oh, that means you are drunk. All right, you have nothing. So a person with ego behaves like a person who has ego. He's a person like can say a drunkard, or sometimes like a lunatic, really like a lunatic. Sometimes you have to meet them with a bark pole, I told you. Some of these people who have got awards for peace, one has to talk to them with a bark pole because they might just jump on you just like a cat or could be like a leopard. You don't know how they are built up. I don't know how they got these awards for peace, but they have. So the peace is within us. And this peace has to be retained and introspected and see. Are we peaceful or we are reactive? If we are reactive, then we are not. But people will say, yes, yes, I'm very peaceful, but I have to react. Then you are not. Just face yourself straightforward and see for yourself that if you are peaceful, then this peace is spread all over. It will help others. It gives them physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual. So you people have a great responsibility of coming to church. It is not just a certificate or my badge that you are receiving. I would like also women to see to this point because what I've seen about women is that they are mostly worried about their children, about their husbands, jobs, and things like that. But they are not worried about others, about people who are around them. So they have to also take to such a side of life in which they expand their love, expand their attention to other people and see how they can please others. This situation is used to be non-existent in the Western country. I think they never knew that you should please somebody for no reward or for no purpose. If you give any present to somebody, they'll say, oh, what do you want? You want coffee or immediately. To them, they cannot understand that somebody wants to express one's love. No. So this now mind has changed because surgeries are there and they are different people. But what I've seen before was so remarkable that they thought it was a weakness that they are giving us presents because they feel they are weak. All these ideas have changed in the West, and also we should not adopt their stupid ideas that we can control people by giving them things or by uh, giving them some sort of promise. We have actually to control ourselves, and that control can come. Not allow your mind to control. That control is complete freedom. For example, now take an aeroplane. It is perfectly built. It is absolutely all right. Then only it can fly. In the same way, if you are a perfect human being, then you will have no problem in dealing with any problem, with any circumstances, with any person. There are many surgeries in the West. I've seen they said, Mother, we don't want to take any active work because we develop our ego. They think their balloon is already bloated out, and if they do some work, their ego will go up. So they say we don't want. It's not. It's the love. You are working for love. Such an ocean of love is within you. How can you do without? And this has to work out at every level, whether it is your family, whether it is your city, whether it is your country, or the whole world. This is the new generation we have to create of people who believe in love, which is truth. Which is truth. Without love, you cannot have. Because when you love somebody, you know everything about that person. In the same way, when you love your country, you know about everything about that. But first, you must love. Why people are now having problems? Because they don't love them. If you love your country, you will know what is the essence of your country, what is the problems of your country, what it is going through. And that intense feeling of oneness itself will work out. Because after all, you are connected to the divine. But with intensity, you should feel for all these things that are really so destructive and troublesome in these modern times. I again want to thank you for celebrating this birthday and for all the sweetness you have showered upon. You are just like these beautiful flowers for me, which are anxious all the time to make you happy, to please you. Just like that, I find you before me. Beautiful flowers, fragrant with divinity. I hope you all will understand your own value and work it out. May God bless you.
So we'll start the puja now. And so first we'll offer Shri Ganesha Tharshish. And then get up. Raj, you want to get any more time? Come here, sir. Okay. ఇక్కడ. Okay, but right now I want you here, Raj. ये सोपन किधर गया? Yeah. That's why I have Raj there. All the children can come up. See, I'm not here. No, I know, but are we playing through that speaker? No. Speaker. The speaker? Namaste Ganapataye Tvameva Pratyaksham Tatvamasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Kevalam Kartasi Tvameva Sarvam Kalvidam Brahmasi Tvam Sakshat Atmasi Nityam Ritam Vachmi Satyam Vachmi अवत्वं माम् अववक्तारम् अवश्रोतारम् अवदातारम् अवानुचानवशिष्यम् अवपश्चातात् अवपुरस्तात् अवोत्तरातात् अवदक्षिणातात् अवचोद्वरातात् अवाधरातात् सर्वतो मां पाहि पाहि समन्तात् त्वं वाङ्मयस्त्वं चिन्मय त्वम् आनन्दमयस्त्वं ब्रह्ममय त्वं सच्चिदानन्दाद्वितीयोऽसि त्वं प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वं ज्ञानमयो विज्ञानमयोऽसि सर्वं जगदं त्वतो जायते सर्वं जगदं त्वत्तिष्ठति सर्वं जगदं त्वयि लयमिष्यति सर्वं जगदं त्वयि प्रत्येति त्वं भूमिरापो नलो नीलो नभः त्वं चत्वारि वाक्पदानि त्वं गुणत्रयातीतः त्वं देहत्रयातीतः त्वं कालत्रयातीतः त्वं मूलाधारस्थितोऽसि नित्यं त्वं शक्तित्रयात्मकः त्वं योगिनो ध्यायन्ति नित्यं त्वं ब्रह्मा स्वं विष्णु स्वं रुद्रस्त्वम् इन्द्रस्त्वम् अग्नि स्वं वायुस्त्वं सूर्यस्त्वं चन्द्रमास्त्वं ब्रह्मा भूर्भुवः स्वरो गणादीन् पूर्वमुच्चाय वर्णादीन् तदनन्तरम् अनुस्वरः परतरः अर्धेन्दुलसितं तारेण ऋतम् एतत्तमनुस्वरूपम् गकार पूर्वरूपम् अकारो मध्यमरूपम् अनुस्वार्य शान्तिरूपम् बिन्दुरुद्ररूपम् नादसन्नादम् शेष सन्धिः शेष गणेश विद्या गणक ऋषिः निच्छिद्र गायत्री छन्दः गणपतिर्देवतः ॐ गं गणपतये नमः एकदन्ताय विद्महे वक्रतुण्डाय धीमहि तन्नो दन्ती प्रचोदयात् एकदन्तं चतुर्हस्तं पाशमकुशधारिणम् रथं च वरदं हस्तैर्विमानम् मूषकध्वजं रक्तं लम्बोदरं शूर्पकर्णकं रक्तवाससं रक्तगन्धानुलिप्ताङ्गं रक्तपुष्पैः सुपूजितं भक्तानुकम्पितं देवं जगत्कारणम् अच्युतम् आविर्भूतं च शिष्टजातौ प्रकृते पुरुषात् परम् एवं ध्यायति यो नित्यम् स योगी योगिनां वरः नमो राष्ट्रपतये नमो गणपतये नमः प्रमथपतये नमस्ते अस्तु लंबोदराय एकदन्ताय विघ्ननाशिने शिवसुताय श्रीवरदमूर्तये नमो नमः। साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः। We will now offer Hindi 62, page 110. या देशाची बुदलेली नाव, या देशाची बुदलेली नाव, श्री गणेशा के नारियल लाव, श्री गणेशा के नारियल लाव, या देशाची बुदलेली नाव, या देशाची बुदलेली नाव, श्री गणेशा के नारियल लाव, श्री गणेशा के नारियल लाव, भक्ताची हाकेली उभराशी, भक्ताची हाकेली उभराशी, संकट काली तू धावून याची, संकट काली तू धावून याची, संकट काली तू धावून येशी, संकट काली तू धावून येशी, नाको धन दौलत तिज मज हाव, नाको धन दौलत तिज मज हाव, श्री गणेशा की नारियल लाव, श्री गणेशा की नारियल लाव, या देशाची बुदलेली नाव, या देशाची बुडलेली नाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव तूफान वडली सुतलावरा तूफान वडली सुतलावरा तूफान वडली सुतलावरा तूफान वडली सुतलावरा इतनी कुणाची आधार मला इति न कुणाची आधार मला इति आधार मला इति न कुणाची आधार मला रोज निघी माझे मुखी तुझे नाव रोज मुझे तुझे नाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव या देशाची बुडलेली नाव या देशाची बुडलेली नाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव सुख ना कोठी आले ह्या संसारी सुख नाही कोठी आले ह्या संसारी सुख ना कोठी आले ह्या संसारी ना कोठी आले ह्या संसारी सोमसराचा भर सारा दोयवारी सोमसराचा भर सारा दोयवारी सोमस्तया भर सारा दोयवारी सोमसराचा भर गरीवार तू दाखव मज मला गाव तू दाखव मज मला गाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव या देशाची बुडलेली नाव या देशाची बुडलेली नाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव संसारी पालना ह्या नौकेचा संसारी पालना ह्या नौकेचा संसारी पालना ह्या नौकेचा संसारी पालना ह्या नौकेचा आधार हा मी जीवनाचा आधार आहे हा जीवनाचा आधार आहे हा जीवनाचा आधार आहे हा जीवनाचा या विश्वाच्या हाकिली तुझा या विश्वाच्या हाकिली तुझा श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव देशाची बुडलेली नाव या देशाची बुडलेली नाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव श्री गणेशा किनार्याला लाव. Now we'll offer Zulzul Wahe, Marathi 53, page 98.
वही पुण्य जराचा निर्जर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदश बंद करो जर हो जर हो जुलजुल वाही पुण्य जराचा निर्जर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदश बंद करो जर हो जर हो
गणरायाला विघ्नासुर
शरण जिते
गणरायाला विघ्नासुर्ये शरण जिते शरण जिते भक्त दिले मरण दिले हे विघ्नेश्वर चरण दयाचे पाजर हो पाजर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदन शुभंकर जर हो ओ जर हो झुलझुल वाये पुनजराचा निर्जर हो निर्जर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदन शुभंकर जर हो ओ जर हो
कृष्ण श्लेषा मूषक धावे दाराशी दाराशी
कृष्णचलेचा मूषक धावे दाराशी दाराशी
तैशा परते भक्तांच्या
संकट राशी संकट राशी भव्य चिरंता मंदिर हे चल सुंदर हो सुंदर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदन शुभंकर जर हो ओ जर हो झुलझुल वाही पुण्य जलाचा निर्जर हो निर्जर हो श्री विघ्नेश्वर सदन शुभंकर जर हो ओ जर हो ओ जर हो ओ जर हो. Can the ladies come up for puja, please? Go to Marathi 36, Tujya Pujani. Page 78, Marathi 36. Still missing one person. One more married lady.
तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन व्हावे तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन व्हावे तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे तुझ्या दर्शनाला आम्ही रोज यावे तुझ्या मंदिरी गीत आम्ही म्हणावे तुझ्या दर्शनाला आम्ही रोज यावे तुझ्या मंदिरी गीत आम्ही म्हणावे तुझ्या कीर्तनी रात्री रंगून गावे तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन प्रपंचामध्ये तू आम्हाला विसावा, प्रपंचामध्ये तू आम्हा पाठी राखी, भविष्यामध्ये तू आम्हाला विसावा, प्रपंचामध्ये तू आम्हा पाठी राखी, भविष्यामध्ये तू तुझ्या चरणाचे आम्ही दास व्हावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे, तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन व्हावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे, तू वादाविला मुक्तीचा मार्ग आम्हा, तू वादाविला भक्तीचा स्वर्ग आम्हा, तू वादाविला मुक्तीचा मार्ग आम्हा, तू वादाविला भक्तीचा स्वर्ग आम्हा, तुझ्या कीर्तीचे गुण में नित्य गावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे, तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन व्हावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे, तुझ्या पूजनी अर्चनी लीन व्हावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे, तुझे निर्मला नाम आम्ही स्मरावे.
Now we will go to Hindi Nirmalanjali, page 55. Arpan Yetan.
हिंदी 50. एक्चुअली पेज नंबर 64.
Page 64?
हाँ, वो बुक का वो ऑर्डर लगा था ना.
Page 64 on Nirmalanjali.
अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, जन्मदिन ये तेरा करे तेरा अर्चन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अहो भाग सबके पधारी स्वयं माँ, अहो भाग्य सबके पधारी स्वयं माँ, त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा, त्रिलोक की स्वामिनी ममता की प्रतिमा, आँखों में करुणा क्षमा में भरकर, आँखों में करुणा क्षमा दिल में भरकर, प्रगटा है निर्गुण सगुण रूप लेकर, प्रगटा है निर्गुण सगुण रूप लेकर, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन। हे आदिशक्ति करे तेरी भक्ति, हे आदिशक्ति करे तेरी भक्ति, जाने स्वयं को तो मिल जाए मुक्ति, जाने स्वयं को तो मिल जाए मुक्ति, कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया, कृपा तेरी ही से सहज ज्ञान पाया, अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया, अंधेरा ये मन का तुम्ही ने मिटाया। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, जन्मदिन ये तेरा करे तेरा अर्चन। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, बना दो जगत को निर्मल रूप अपना, बना दो जगत को निर्मल रूप अपना, हो पूरा हे माँ तेरे नैनों का सपना, हो पूरा हे माँ तेरे नैनों का सपना, सहज विश्व हो जाए सहजी हर एक जन, सहज विश्व हो जाए सहजी हर एक जन, खिले फूल निर्मल महक जाए गुलशन, खिले फूल निर्मल महक जाए गुलशन। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, जन्मदिन ये तेरा करे तेरा अर्चन। अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन, अर्पण ये तन मन श्री माँ तेरे चरणन।
Ladies, can you? So next song is Marathi 16, page 54, Povada. It's in the song. English only. I don't know if it's in there. पहले नमन हो गणरायला, पहले नमन हो गणरायला, दूसरे नमन आदिशक्तीला, दूसरे नमन आदिशक्तीला, तीसरे नमन सहज योगाला, गावा तारे पोवडाला रे जी जी जी, गावा तारे पोवडाला रे जी जी जी, गावा तारे पोवडाला रे जी 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 जी। 1923 सालाला, 1923 सालाला, मध्य प्रांती छिंदवाडाला, मध्य प्रांती छिंदवाडाला, भरभरी बारा बाजीला, भरभरी बारा बाजीला, आदिशक्तीचा जन्म झाला रे जी जी जी, आदिशक्तीचा जन्म झाला रे जी जी जी, आदिशक्तीचा जन्म झाला रे जी 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 जी। धन्य माता प्रसादराव पिता, धन्य माता प्रसादराव पिता, अति पुण्यवान उभयता, अति पुण्यवान उभयता,
देवी कन्या त्याची ललिता देवी कन्या त्याची ललिता सकल विश्वाची असे ही शान जी 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 सकल विश्वाची असे ही शान जी 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 सकल विश्वाची असे ही शान जी 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 निर्गुणात सगुणात निर्गुणातून निसगुणात आली आदि शक्ती जगतात आली आदि शक्ती जगतात कलयुगत माता आली कलयुगत माता आली निर्मला देवी माय भोली रे जी 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 निर्मला देवी माय भोली रे जी 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 निर्मला देवी माय भोली रे जी 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 धन्य ते पूर्व सुकृत धन्य ते पूर्व सुकृत कुंडलिनी झाली जागृत कुंडलिनी झाली जागृत सात चक्र पार करीत सात चक्र पार करीत आली सर्वांच्या सहस्रार जी 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 आली सर्वांच्या सहस्रार जी 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 आली सर्वांच्या सहस्रार जी 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 लेकुरी आम्ही अज्ञान लेकुरी आम्ही अज्ञान नसे आम्हाला काही ज्ञान नसे आम्हाला काही ज्ञान अनन्य भाव शरण अनन्य भाव शरण अल्पमती केलय जी 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 अल्पमती केले वर्णन जी 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 अल्पमती केले रे धन जी 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 सतयुग में होती प्रगति सतयुग में होती प्रगति ध्याव ध्याव याची प्रचिती ध्याव ध्याव याची प्रचिती दिव्यतांची देत प्रचिती दिव्यतांची देत प्रचिती देते कर माझे हो जुलती रे जी 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 देते कर माझे हो जुलती रे जी 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 देते कर माझे हो जुलती रे जी 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 पहले नमन हो गणरायाला पहले नमन हो गणरायाला दुसरे नमन आदिशक्तीला दुसरे नमन आदिशक्तीला तिसरे नमन सहज योगाला तिसरे नमन सहज योगाला गावा तार पोवड्याला रे जी 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 गावा तार पोवड्याला रे जी 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 गावा तार पोवड्याला रे जी 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 Now we will offer Parmeshwari Bhagavati. There is a Varaj. We need water. That's his job. Yeah, okay, but you know, it's things are- Yeah. कल उसने भेजे थे ना जी सर परमेश्वरी 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 भगवती निर्मला हमें तेरी ममता का श्रेय मिला परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला हमें तेरी ममता का श्रेय मिला उपकार तेरा मिला ये बसेरा, है उपकार तेरा मिला ये बसेरा, हुआ है जीवन में फिर नया सवेरा। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। नहीं बेसहारा नहीं दीन अब हम, नहीं बेसहारा नहीं दीन अब हम, हमें शक्ति रूपा तो करुणा भी है हम। नहीं बेसहारा नहीं दीन अब हम, हमें शक्ति रूपा तो करुणा भी है हम। खिली है मानवता आंचल में हमारे, परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। गुलशन हमारा बसेरा ये प्यारा, गुलशन हमारा बसेरा ये प्यारा, यहीं से शुरू नव जीवन हमारा। विश्व निर्मला आश्रम ये न्यारा, विश्व निर्मल आश्रम ये न्यारा। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। शीश तेरे चरण में मां निर्मल, झुके शीश तेरे चरण में मां निर्मल, तुम्ही देख हमको तुम्ही काम प्रतिपल। झुके शीश तेरे चरण में मां निर्मल, तुम्ही देख हमको तुम्ही काम प्रतिपल। चले उस डगर पर जहाँ नाम तेरा, परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। हे उपकार तेरा मिला ये बसेरा, है उपकार तेरा मिला ये बसेरा, हुआ है जीवन में फिर नया सवेरा। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। परमेश्वरी भगवती निर्मला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला, हमें तेरी ममता का आश्रय मिला। कौन सा पेज था? पेज 130। पेज 130 हिंदी निर्मलांजलि, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ। 130 है ना? 130 है। आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, सहस्रारे महामाये, सहस्रारे महामाये, कलयुग अवतार लिया, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, द्विज बने हम ये माया तेरिया, आत्म बने हम हो कृपा तेरी, द्विज बने हम ये माया तेरिया, आत्म बने हम हो कृपा तेरी, सहज घटित योग हुआ, सहज घटित योग हुआ, आत्मजंग जन को दिया, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, आदिशक्ति भगवती माँ, निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, परम चैतन्य का सावन, पूर्ण बोध का ये सावन, परम चैतन्य का सावन, पूर्ण बोध का ये सावन, मन भावन अति पावन, मन भावन अति पावन, परम चैतन्य का सावन, पूर्ण बोध का ये सावन, निर्मल शक्ति का ये सावन, मन भावन अति पावन, आत्मदर्शन जो हुआ, आत्मदर्शन जो हुआ, सीमित बुद्धि का त्याग किया। निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, संत करुणा विजया माँ। आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ, आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ, आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ। निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ।
निर्विचार का
तूने स्वर्ग दिया, निर्विकल्प में पृथ्वी स्थिर भी किया। निर्विचार का तूने स्वर्ग दिया, निर्विकल्प में पृथ्वी स्थिर ये किया। परमेश्वर पाने का, परमेश्वर पाने का मार्ग सहज दिया। निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ। निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ। आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ, आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ, आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ, आदि शक्ति भगवती माँ। निर्मल माँ, जगदम्बे माँ, सांद्र करुणा विजया माँ, विजया माँ। निर्मल माँ, विजया माँ, निर्मल माँ। Now the last song is a recording, and we can sing also. It's a recording by the children of Mataji, and it also brings back all the memories of what all Shrimati did, the compassion and the love she showered on all of us, which we should shower on everyone too.
Mataji, 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 Mataji,
You have given us more than we could ask. You have given us more than we could ask. Is that we can learn? You have given us more than we could ask.
Mataji, 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 Mataji.
बोलो श्री आदि शक्ति माता जी, श्री निर्मला देवी की
जय।
जय श्री माता जी। You can all stand for our feet. All the people who have didn't do RC the previous 2 days, please come up. Annie, Rai, come on. Mataji, आओ. Sonu, Hiru. Today it's her children's celebrating her birthday. So all the children who have not already offered. चलना आपको sing art. Let's sing the Marathi art.
Yeah.
1 second. One minute. Just so that we don't. We'll be offering the Marathi Aarti Nirmal Mata. ये गिरा तो नीचे से फिर ये कोई तो समझे आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला में माता आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला में माता आरती निर्मल माता आदिशक्ती कुंडलिनी सगळ्या विश्वाची जननी निर्गुण हे रूप तुझे झाले सगुण तू आता आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला मी माता आरती निर्मल माता शिव विष्णु तुझे ध्याने ऋषी मुनी ते बदले मिले श्री वेद सर्वा दर्शन दिले सहस्रार आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला मी माता आरती निर्मल माता भैरवादी हनुमंत येशु गणेश हे माता भोवताली तुझ्या माते रंगले हे गुण गाता आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला मी माता आरती निर्मल माता सरस्वती काली माते महालक्ष्मी विद्याते त्रिगुण हे एक झाले रूप निर्मल हरिचा आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवीला मी माता आरती निर्मल माता जागृत ही कुंडलिनी चेली सहसा योगिनी आनंद तो स्वरूपाचा कृपा तुझी माते होता आरती निर्मल माता
ज्ञानी राहो तुझ नाम चित खंडित प्रेम अनंत हे जीव पाई गुर करुणा को आता आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवी लामी माता आरती निर्मल माता चरणी देवी लामी माता आरती निर्मल माता साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुंडलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकलरी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः त्वमेव साक्षात् श्रीकलरी साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः श्री निर्मला देवै नमो नमः बोलो श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी की जय जय श्री माताजी
The offering is not. We will now be bringing technology. We're getting ready to offer the cakes and to sing happy birthday. So there's one cake from the LA Collective, there's one cake from the Pennsylvania Collective, and then there's all the panettones from LA Collective. And photos of Shrimaji will be distributed to everybody. There was a second, like, I know.
After the cards now.
Yes. Oh, yes. Bring the cards and put them around the feet. Bring all the cards.
Night 2 o'clock sprinkler sound.
All right, everyone, rise and shine. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Shri Mataji. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Shri Mataji. Happy birthday to you.
So the little one will cut the cake.
All right, the littlest one is going to cut the cake now. Littlest one's mummy, please be with little one. All right.
Open the cards and give.
And all the children are offering the cards that they made. Okay, blow the candle out. No, no, no. Is there any garland which has to be offered?
Any more garlands?
Then they say, no, there's one underneath.
ऊपर ये भी कट कर लो ये केक ये भी केक है Oh, we found it. That's true. remember to take a photo and panettone cake for family. And do not leave because we have picnic after lunch. We are closing the gates, so nobody can leave since your cars are outside. So we are going to be going to the beach for snack and tea, hot tea prepared by our dear brother Raj.
Raj,
Raj.
Where is it? Raj.
And picnic and beach.
the one who said he didn't have a hat.
And Talia to everyone. Kitchen beauty, tea beauty,
Thank you for organizing
singing
meditation.
Thank you, everybody.
I have a very dry throat. I cannot speak.
Bye.
No, like in the morning it hurts. Like I would just swallow some saliva.
So why don't we offer the really? And you offer what mommy made. Khalid, offer what mommy made. Chalo, you offer that one.
I think you are all
Although I could have been mixing up the other top part.
Go Arjun, offer them.
Yeah, if I can, I think they
for
have
the last time I thought that's still